Hey guys, Mike here. So today's cult classic review is 1984's Repo Man, starring Emilio Estevez as Otto. In Repo Man, a young punk is recruited by a repossession agency and finds himself in pursuit of a Chevrolet Malibu, which is worth $20,000. And he later finds out that in this car lies something otherworldly. And so we have Repo Man. So guys, this is a movie in this series before watching and reviewing it today. I had not seen it before, nor had I ever heard of this one. Though I do have to be honest, when I was actually looking for this film, I did think that it was Repo Man, the one starring Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker, where they live in this world where there are these synthetic organs which people have to make payments on, and if you don't meet your payments, the Repo Men come and get it back. That's a movie I really liked. It's from 10 years ago. I can see why it'd be a cult classic movie, and I was really looking forward to watching it again. But then I found out that it was Repo Man, not Repo Men. So I was thinking, what the hell is this movie? I took one look at the poster and I thought, oh no, this is going to be another rough one. But maybe I thought, maybe the poster's deceiving. Maybe I might have a good time with this movie. Maybe the characters might be really interesting and I might really like this story. Yeah, none of that happened. So let's get into the film then. Alright, good characters, characters that do anything memorable or have any kind of likable traits to them. Whew. Nope, not one. Now, it's no secret that people don't like Repo Men. It's not exactly a noble profession, and it's obviously a job that involves taking things from other people. You can argue about the logistics all day, but basically, not many people like Repo Men. So, in a movie like this, you're given a chance to show off that some Repo Men are actually good people and actually get you invested in their characters and make you kind of sympathize with them and make you think, oh, you know what, they need to make money, let's lay off them a bit. But does it do that? No. Instead, it gives you a bunch of arseholes who are arseholes for the sake of being arseholes. And they're not even arseholes in that kind of way where they're, you know, horrible to each other, but you can tell they're good friends with one another. You know, kind of bantery, kind of like that. Nope, they're just arseholes to each other all day long, and there's not really any rhyme or reason for it. And the main character, Otto, Emilio Estevez's character, you think maybe he might break up the monotony and make them all realise that they're actually really good friends and they actually need to work together to overcome the obstacles of this film. Nope, just another arsehole. And as well, the story for Repo Man is just so horribly boring. For most of the runtime, it's just them literally just repossessing cars off people, and maybe it might have been a bit more interesting if you got to actually meet some of these people that they're repossessing the cars from. You might have had a chance to meet some wacky, funny characters, or some characters that you might have been able to sympathise with and make the Repo Men kind of consider what they're doing. But no, for the most part, they just end up taking the car off someone without them realising. And then when the people realise that the Repo Men are taking their cars from them, they have the understandable approach to it. Just beating them up. Because if someone was stealing your car from you, you'd probably do the same thing. Even though you can argue it's not technically stealing because they're repossessing what technically isn't theirs, but, you know, whatever. So, you know, not really much to go off there. But then, they try and make things a little bit more interesting by adding an alien element to it. Which would be fine, but it's hardly in the film and it's pretty much of no consequence to anything that they do. Even if the Chevrolet Malibu didn't have aliens in it, they'd still pursue it anyway. I mean, it has the high bounty on it because, you know, obviously it has aliens in it, but even still, you could have just said that it has a high, you know, bounty on it without the alien element. And whenever the aliens are on screen or anything alien is happening, the effects are so dated. Now, I have no idea what this movie was made for, but in any case, the effects are still dated as hell. And a potentially low budget doesn't give it any kind of sympathy from me. It might have done if what I was seeing was slightly creative or interesting. But no, for the most part, it's just either flashing lights or green glows. No kind of creative, unusual element to them. It's just pretty much what you'd expect an alien effect to look like. And for a movie that labels itself as a comedy, again, this is another one that is just painfully unfunny. I have to be honest, the movie did make me laugh once, but it was one of these kind of throwaway lines which aren't really supposed to warrant any kind of reaction out of anyone. But I have to admit, it did make me chuckle, so I do have to give the movie one laugh. One. Honestly, I think at the end of the day, what really pissed me off the most about this film is that it wasn't Repo Men. I was expecting to watch a really good film, and instead, I got this mediocre, just bore fest of a film. So guys, would I consider Repo Man a personal cult classic, and would I recommend that you guys should see it? Well, I think you can gather from context that I would not consider this one a personal cult classic. I can see why a handful of people would consider this one a cult classic, because it might be the case of that it's so bad it's good, or maybe people have some actual genuine love for this film. But for myself personally, I really didn't enjoy this film, didn't enjoy the characters, didn't enjoy the story, pretty much hated everything about this film. And I know that's not exactly constructive criticism or, you know, giving the film a fair chance, but honestly, I was just really bored with this one and I just really wanted it to end. But as for whether or not you guys should see it, again, I would definitely not recommend that you should see this film. For me personally, this movie had no redeeming qualities, and honestly, I think you should do yourselves a favour. Steer clear of this one and just watch Repo Man instead. Maybe one day I'll do a review of Repo Man, but as it stands right now, just don't watch Repo Man. It's just awful film. Okay guys, that's my cult classic review of Repo Man. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Whatever you think, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya.